I think it's pretty much around his level, yeah. But he won previous round against who again? I think it was a bit of an upset. Who did he? Do you know who he beat the round before?
No, I'm trying to think as well.
I remember it was a surprise, but I would say he's around major usually, like let's say PR 30. Don't think he's much better than that. I don't think he's worse either. But I know that he did. Well, it was a surprise that he won the previous round. I think he won against someone better than him. Not 100% sure, but yeah. Anyway, well, we do have Wadmalaw, the 3TP water map with codes on the islands and the new treasures like the 100 wood hazards computer thing.
Yes,
And phone, but
that's an
I
interesting
didn't.
treasure. I like it. So in the north of the map, we do have Fei in the color blue, playing Sioux, and in the south, purple, Tit is playing his go-to Civ India. Right off the bat, both players are going to be looking for treasures.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing actually.
Yeah.
He's stunned the bear and running away now, and he's just lost some HP and wasted his ability. So, well, this was just a mistake. I think he's gonna get the coast fast. That's good, especially for India. He will just get that extra XP as fast as possible, and he will also see that sweet 70 wood treasure at the same time.
Yeah, this is a really nice pickup by him. 3 cows on the island and the wood treasure. It's a smart play to go down here. I don't think I would have thought of that. Nice, knowledge of the map beforehand.
Yeah. He might even take that 70 wood using, if he could bring his canoe right here to shoot at these Kogas, it would help him a lot. But I don't know, he's just going away. I don't think he actually needed to bring the cows right now. Like they anyway give you some XP, but well, we're gonna see if he decides to take it. For India, I think 70 would be very nice. But we have a small treasure contention here on a 30 foot.
Yeah, it seems pretty inconsequential. And now this gives the Sioux Explorer to snare the Indian, and also with his ranged Guardian pickup, this Explorer is going to go down for Tit, which is a pretty big pickup at 1 minute 30 into the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like the treasure didn't matter, but losing your explorer, well, it's just really painful. But he is indeed using that canoe there, and I like that. Well, he still lost half the HP just because this monk is not good, but he did use his canoe at least.
If we look at the decks of the players, nothing is too water focused. In fact, only just 4 war canoes and H3 for the Sioux player, and for Tit, he's got European cannons, and as well as the Doc Rickshaw card.
Wow, but Faye got the 2 TP cards in H2.
Yeah, there's some
So
debate about those. Some people think they're quite good, but I don't see the value. I think even something like a Bison shipment might even be preferred. I don't know.
yeah,
What are your thoughts on that?
I could imagine like Faye just rolling this choke and as well as this other one, herding that hunt inside, and maybe he could even herd that behind his wall actually, and just making a shit ton of TPs with his cards and potentially shipping bisons or edging up with bisons. And well, I guess this would make sense. I don't know if it would be very good. I don't think it would beat Tid going water. I think he would get much more eco, but it would be an idea. Because even if it doesn't have the most heavy water deck ever, I think that card he got in H1, if he does send it, well, it means he's gonna commit to a certain amount of water boom, right? Like it just gives a dock, which is 200 wood and cheaper fishing boat, so we kind of need to make a certain amount of fishing boats to make it pay off. So he's going greedy if he ships that, but he didn't ship it right now, so we will see.
Yeah, we will see. Interestingly enough, no trading post coming up yet from the Sioux player. He was going for that 5 population treasure and an in-base aggro coming out of Tit. So probably not much aggression we're going to be seeing. It's possible that he didn't feel comfortable aggro in the middle of the map against Sioux and his native guardians. And he's going to pick up the second elephant. Wow.
Yeah, Tit was trying to revive his other elephant. To be honest, at this point, it's a good thing that he was not able to revive it because it would be just 345 XP for Faye. But yeah, so now both elephants are dead. So even if you wanted to actually go for a TP, like we could imagine a TP to get that dog card, for example, in H1 as well. But well, he can't really go TP now. Even a villager would probably die to Renegados. So maybe he's actually gonna try to shoot at these villagers with his Renegados right
Hmm.
now.
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Maybe he's just doing some scouting. Looks
Yeah,
like
yes.
he hasn't. Oh, there he goes. He's clicked on the trading post now. Uh, the Sioux player has aged up with 400 wood. Always interesting to see what Sioux does with that wood. They have a lot of freedom because they don't need wood for houses. It's possible he could just lay them all into trading posts or decide to drop a military building.
Yeah, exactly. You can do a lot with this 400 wood. He's going for stable right now. Um, we might see some kind of stagecoach play from Sue right there. I mean, when he can scout this aggro fort in base, I guess he can assume that he's not gonna get pressured early on, and he might be able to get more TPs. But right now, he's dropping the other kind of TPs. These ones
Right.
right there, four of them.
Yeah, it looks like he's using 200 wood to do that. Which, you know, these things have gotten quite a buff, even from the last EP, where their aura is now increased by quite a lot. So, unfortunately, none of them do reach that back mine, but most of them will reach the majority of the resources in his base. And some 5 sepoys coming out to try and deny the Sioux Explorer. They are going to pick up the Outlaw Rifleman.
Yeah, which is always nice because this guy is just annoying. He got so
Yeah.
much attack. But yeah, like you said, this is not the best TP placement. Maybe I would have seen them more like here.
Yeah, I
Not
agree.
yeah.
And these deer are kind of getting away from him, going behind this cliff, which can be really bothersome.
Yeah, he
Meanwhile,
needs
though,
to. Oh,
he's... Oh, it got worse.
backhurting it even more. Yeah, he needed to
Yeah.
just take care right now, and he didn't, and now it's gonna be a bit tough. You could even imagine some warships coming from Tit, completely denying this hunt at this point.
Yeah, no kidding. Meanwhile, though, he did pick up the 100 wood. Although
Yeah.
it is 100 wood that you have to physically gather with a villager. So he's sending that one all the way over here now. And I'm interested what that treasure actually works out to be when you factor in the walking time. Probably closer to 70 wood or something.
Well, when it's so far, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how long this villager needed to walk, but it's probably like around 20, 25 seconds maybe or something. Which is like, yeah, I guess let's make in 15 wood or something, or 20 wood lost on this stuff. I guess then he can just try to hurt this, but yeah, it's a bit awkward to go so far, especially when now Tit is scouting it. It's very easy to scout this. Well, that there's a treasure with a
Yeah.
crate. You know the guy is taking the treasure with a crate, so you know he's gonna send a villager, and well, then it's just well, he's gonna maybe lose that villager.
You know, it's likely he's going to lose the villager, but I think this is actually buying him a lot of precious time. We see he's aging
Yeah,
up
yeah.
now. I mean, otherwise he would lose his trading post and then have sepoys on his front door while he's aging up. And instead, this is actually really nice for him, I think.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. He might imagine if he actually got his canoe here, you know,
Oh
he could
yeah.
even escape.
Oh, he's moving it. He's moving it. I think
I,
he's
yeah,
trying to, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
it's way too late, but yeah, would have been interesting, you know. He's maybe just picking some wheels to do something. Yeah, he's bringing four wheels there in his canoe.
Hmm.
Um,
I think he's going to get these cows or so. We'll see.
Probably, yeah. But with four wheels, it's a bit surprising. Maybe just escaping some villagers to gather some gold on this island. There's no hunt there, but there's always a gold mine. So, yeah, maybe that's why. Or
We'll
wood.
see. Let's see. It looks like, let's see.
Oh, there
Text
it is.
being researched. The Sioux player is aging up with, oh, I don't know how to read it. It's not the fast age up though, so I'm guessing it's going to be the bison, the end-base bison. Which means that actually that villager going all the way down here saved them even more time. Because I think the sepoy timing could have hurt him a lot.
Yeah, so wise woman for Sue is actually the bisons, yeah. So now he got a ton of bisons in base.
Yeah, and meanwhile the 4 Sawyer shipment has just come in for India, so I think he's just going to try to hit a timing here and slam everything in. And he looks like he's gonna pick up these villagers in this war hut potentially.
Yeah, yeah, I
Ooh,
don't see that Wahad going up now.
no, that's really unfortunate for Fei.
Yeah, it was a gamble basically. I mean, it was a bit risky to just go there randomly, right in the middle of the map with Wahad. I mean, with the
Yeah,
villagers to build Wahad. He could have actually tried to do that maybe here, and with his kind of way next to just save his villagers, you know. But well, anyway, so he lost some wood and some villagers. Also, by the way, he didn't really need to get map control right now because he edged up with pythons anyway. So that was a bit of a mistake, I think.
yeah,
But we have
exactly.
some push now, so
This
we'll
is gonna
see.
be really important to micro, and it looks like he's done a decent job, and Tit is backing off. And yeah, I really do like this Bison age up now because it just buys him so much more time that he doesn't have to push out on the map, which age 2 India would definitely be able to deny him at the moment.
Yeah, and it's much harder for India to push. He was actually right to go back because imagine like this come
Yes,
shipment plus this mass of bow riders in the TPs would completely shit on this mass of sepoys actually.
definitely.
But
Oh, oh,
that's painful. Three bow riders
yeah,
for
three and a
free.
half maybe.
Oh, four.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's
Okay,
really
yeah.
unfortunate losing units kind of for free here. When you're playing against a player like Tit, PR 35 plus, you really have to be on top of your game because every little mistake can be magnified.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Tit is the favorite of this series, so it's up to Fate to make something happen, kind of, and not to waste his stuff because he's gonna be even more behind. And you can see in the score, it's already a bit one-sided. But Tit didn't go for any kind of water boom. He's just doing some normal India stuff, except he was not aggressive at all. But yeah, he does have like 17 more villagers right now.
yeah, that's kind of crazy. Faye did lose 3, but he did ship 5 quite early on. But I think India just has a sort of better economy options, especially when Sioux opts not to go for a stagecoach build. And Tit is aging up right now, so pretty soon his military is going to be upgraded as well. And if Faye, I feel like Faye is really on the clock right now. If he wants to make anything happen, it sort of has to be right now.
Yeah, he does have to push like about right now or very soon. He's trying to get back the TP line. I don't think that's the right time to do this. I would have liked him to invest more on units at the moment. Well, of course he can't know that India is aging, but we will see how he reacts when he sees the India aged up. Um, he's dropping a forward TP there.
Yeah, I like the not a whole lot of players build the TPs while they're fighting. I think it's good. Maybe though that one is just a bit out of position. And he does scout that he's aged up now. So and Tit's army is in sort of an awkward location. I
Yeah.
think Faye could do some things like try to deny some reinforcements or try to poke some resources down here or something. We'll see what he decides to do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
India is gonna run out of food very soon, but he's gathering there, which is very cheeky.
Yeah.
Um, so right now he's kind of okay for food. He also has this hunt not so far from his base, but it's not the safest hunt's location ever. This TP is just gonna go down. Was actually useless when he doesn't need food.
Yeah, a bit of a waste of 50 wood. I mean, Tit is sitting in a pretty nice location. If we look at military pop graphs and the economic population graphs, he's just so far ahead. And with the Urumi coming in, um, oh,
But
Faye's trying to age.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's trying to age. Wow, that's.
Um,
I mean, imagine a big button pop in like 3 or 4 minutes with H4 dog soldiers because these guys get auto upgraded. You know, like 6 or 7 H4 dog soldiers plus four probably. Yeah, he got four in deck. You know, these guys would kill all the infantry because they do have a small multiplier against all infantry units. So all the Gurkhas, Oromis, and Sepoys would get killed, and the Sawas are not the greatest cav against other cav, right? So
right.
we need to see, yeah. But well, he's aging and he's getting pushed, so it's gonna be very tough for him to defend. He's gonna need to micro like God, to be honest.
Yeah, and he's not going to have enough food to send the big button. He's going to have to decide between either 4 dog soldiers or the 18 Wakinas. which is a tough choice. And yeah, this is a lot of military, and Sioux can't place any tactical walls or anything like that. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He might be able to
hmm.
just 18 skirms or something and upgrade them. I'm not sure, but I guess H4 upgrade for Sioux is cheaper than for European thieves. It should be like maybe 600 wood, 300 coin or something like that. I don't know if you know.
I wanted to say 400 wood, 600 coin or something. I'm not sure though, actually. You would probably know better than I would.
Or maybe 400, 200 actually. I'm not sure, but
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's cheaper than actually paying for the guard upgrade of European thieves. He got 400 wood, 200 gold stacked right now, so maybe that's why. We will
could
see
be.
if he starts queuing directly his upgrade.
Oh, and he aged up with the Axe Riders. And he just sent a shipment, so we'll see what it is.
Yeah, I didn't quite see how much population space this shipment is taking, but it's anyway going to be a unit shipment.
Yeah, this is
Uh,
gonna, I mean, it's still gonna be such a tough timing to hold. I mean, just look at this infantry mass. And the cavalry coming in from the west. Oof.
yeah, I mean, right now, if he ships 18 scales and he's upgrading them at the moment, I would favor the Sioux player actually. If he can hit and run properly. There's not that many cav, and there's still a decent mass of cav of Fei to defend this scum, so we will see.
Yeah, and
Um,
Joaquina's actually do pretty well versus Cav. They have high damage.
oh
Unfortunately,
no,
oh,
they
the
didn't
came
really
at the war
die.
hut. Oh, they're so out of position.
No. Oh, this is exactly what he didn't need. He
Uh,
would actually have been maybe fine, you know. These scums are really strong right now. 24 attack is no joke. And they have a ton of HP because of the TPs, but this pop was just on the wrong side, and he's gonna get cleaned up, I think.
I think so too. The Cav are finally working their way into position. There's still several. Most of the Urumi are still alive. The Skirms were unable to kite, and it looks like Tit's just gonna clean this up.
Yeah, well, that was almost gonna work, I think.
Yeah, it
But
was.
yeah,
There's a possibility. He does have another shipment now, and he just sent it. I don't know if it's gonna be enough to save him though. He only has like 16 villagers now, or so.
yeah.
Or 24, but I mean, yeah, I just think that this push did way too much damage.
Like what can he even ship at this point? Like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, if he could get the big button, the Dog Soldier big button right now, he would probably clean up. But well, he doesn't have the food. He needs 700
yeah,
extra food. Even if he would like sell his wood and buy food, would not be enough.
right.
Yeah, yeah. So if well, four dog soldiers they're really
Mm.
strong, but they're
I,
not gonna beat all this. He needs the big button as well. But how is he gonna get the food? Yeah, he's
yeah,
out now.
and that's game one. Goes to Tit. You know, that was actually, I thought it was a really entertaining game. Faye deciding to go up to H4, and a possibility that it might have worked, but the timing was just too much.
Yeah, indeed. If he actually didn't gather for the H4 skirms and instead gathered food for the big button, maybe he would have been fine. I'm not sure. It's just that these dogs, I mean, these stats they have 1k HP, 42 attack, and 1.5 against all infantry, so they would completely kill everything. They would also kill the Sowars just because Sowars are kind of bad against other cav. But yeah, would have probably been better at this point than the skirms. But yeah, anyway, it was interesting.
Yeah, for
Worth
sure.
a shot, I would say. And well, yeah, well played by Tits, who had a pretty decent age of diamond, I guess, and decent mass, decent eco, decent everything, you know.
Right.
So yeah, game one goes to Tits. He's gonna have to pick first now. Do you know the next map?
I do not, but Faye has Florida selected, so I'm going to take his word for it. Um, Florida's a pretty fun map. You know, you have the little strip of water. I think quite a large amount of hunts, especially in mid-map. And I think it's 4 TPs, one of which you cannot take from your opponent.
It's actually two of which you cannot take
Oh,
usually,
okay.
but there has been some spawns. When I played, sometimes I was able to take 3 TPs, but I would say 90% of my games I can take only 2.
That's good to know. There are also some sheep you can gather, so some herdable civs could be an option, like China or something else. Yeah, Yumi was saying in the chat if he would have popped dogs, he would have been fine. That's sort of a tough decision to gather for the upgrade or to gather for dogs. For sure.
Dogs were actually the unit at this point that would kill every other unit that didn't have goons, and he didn't have any kind of heavy calves that would beat dogs just because he's India and he doesn't have that, right? Even mahouts, they don't kill calf.
Right.
So yeah, I guess dogs would have been a nice. Anyway,
Dutch. Tit choosing Dutch. I think that's a strong civ. Pretty solid pick. Although you might think Dutch kind of has some potential counters. I suppose Brit is the first civ that comes to mind.
yeah, Brit's friends on this map are really strong, I would say. I also kind of like Sioux because there's a lot of hunts and you can make those TPs and stay in base for a long time. And also you can get those sheep with Sioux and some decent treasure guardians to convert. But Dutch, well, I guess it's a fine pick, but there's only one gold mine in base, which is not ideal for Dutch. The second gold mine is actually pretty far. It's in the back of your base, but it's pretty far. So I'm not sure it's great for Dutch, but it's a decent pick, yeah, I would say. But he didn't lock anyway, so he can still
That's
take.
true. That's true.
There's always some misunderstandings a bit from the players who sometimes one guy pick a sieve and then the other counter picks. Like right now, Face counter picking, and Tit could just say, "Yeah, I wasn't locking Dutch, and I just go something else because he doesn't like the matchup." So Face should just wait, in my opinion. He's greening up, but I mean, yeah, we're not sure if they actually play this or not.
Right. And I think it's... Oh, but Tit actually
Oh,
does green up. I was about to
right.
say it's not likely that he'll green up, but then I had to eat my words. So, game 2 starting.
Yeah.
The series currently 1-0 to Tit.
Yeah, what do you think about this matchup on this patch?
Well, a lot of people say Brits are one of the top, if not the top civ, and I would probably have to agree with them. But I mean, Dutch have just such a strong economy, mid-game timing, that I think Brits actually have to be sort of aggressive in H2 to apply some pressure so that Dutch can't just 5-bank FF. But I think it's pretty close, all things said. We'll see. We'll see how Faye decides to play it.
We might right now have a spawn actually where I'm not sure if blue can take this TP, but red definitely can't take this one. That's what I mean. Usually you can't
Yeah,
take. Anyway, I think these C's are not going to go for a stagecoach or something. But yeah, about the matchup, yeah, I kind of agree. It's much closer than before for sure. On RE, it's really no match for Brits. I would say it's still Brits favored, but it's close. But
yeah,
yeah, we do
definitely.
have Teat on the bottom left corner of the map in the color red, playing Dutch against Faye in the color blue, playing British on the opposite corner of the map.
Yeah,
And it was
exactly.
did you
Yeah,
see the great start?
it was a wood start. It was
Food and
wood.
wood.
Yeah, food and wood. So the British player opting to lay down a trading post and chop the extra 35 wood for a manor, which actually I'm a huge fan of. A lot of times this opening can go into Virginia Company after 3 villagers, but just as much you can just sort of have the extra experience later on. So we'll see how he decides to play it. He hasn't chosen a deck yet. It's a nice dog.
Sorry for that. Yeah,
No problem.
I would like to say that he actually took the right TP. the side where he was spawning is the best for early TP. You can see he was able to drop this TP here and get an XP directly, and he already got his shipment on the way,
Wow.
which is very fast. For red, it's not as good. He would get his XP later.
Yeah, a
Some
115 3 villager shipment sent. That's actually pretty insane. It's probably
yeah.
something like a 90 food treasure or better. I'm not quite sure. The Dutch player picking up 2 war dogs early on, so actually that'll help him with his treasure gathering, which I like a lot because this map actually has a lot of decent mid-sized treasures. Like we see the 75 wood. A lot of time there's something like 120 coin, 135 coin. You know, so I think these dogs are going to be really helpful for Tit.
Yeah, there's a lot of good coin treasures. So for Dutch, that's actually one good thing on this map. You get a lot of, but wait, it's really freezing right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I'm not dropping any frames in OBS. I think in the pregame your voice was kind of lagging in Discord quite a bit, but I'm not.
Yeah, but you're not lagging right now, and we both in the game, right? I think
Right.
Faye is here because Tit was typing. I'm not quite sure.
Hmm.
Um, well, Faye is from China. It's a bit far, so it might
It
be.
is.
I don't know. Well, okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
this is
I can read what you type, and I can read what Faye type right now, but I don't know if Tit is here. Doesn't look like he's here.
yeah. It's possible we might see a drop screen pop up, which would actually be just in the nick of time because I believe 2 minutes is the sort of safe time to replay a match if a disconnect happens.
Can I rehearse try fixing it? It's only 2 minutes. And not my fault. No.
Let's pause the game. I don't quite know
You
if
pause.
they know what they're talking.
You pause.
What did Tit mean when he said no?
I'm not sure because Tit was saying no when Faye wanted to rehouse, so I'm not sure if he means no, I don't want to rehouse, or no, it's me lagging, you know, or but they just don't answer, so maybe they're trying to fix that right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it shouldn't be on our end. I'm doing a speed test right now, and my internet
Yeah, I'm
speeds
gonna
are
do
really
the same
nice.
actually.
You said what?
I'm also gonna do a speed
Okay.
test. Yeah.
So Tit has said no to a possible rehost, so we'll try it again here then.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's go then.
Yeah, hopefully we can clear this up. Huh. It's still looking pretty freezy.
Yeah, that's very playable right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
This might have to be rehosted off of an admin / caster decision. I mean, it's just hitting after 2 minutes, but I think this is still pretty on early in the game. And
yeah, the problem is that if we rehouse, are they actually gonna lag less? I mean,
yeah, we'd
like,
have to do a lag test maybe with
yeah,
one of
right.
us.
We should probably do that. I have 20 ping, which is not the greatest, but it's obviously not. I mean, 20 ping is not making that kind of freeze. So this looks actually like some computer lag, I think. Or, I mean, you know, it's unfreezing every 2 seconds and then freezing again, and
Yeah, but
maybe computer lag. I'm not sure. That's getting better right now for some reason. So well, let's pray. Pray to
yeah.
Jesus. Pray to Jesus 3 that it's gonna hold, and yeah.
I'll knock on wood. Hopefully we can have a lag-free rest of the game. That was really strange, but okay,
Yeah.
things look cleared up now. So, what was that treasure that just took 3 minutes to get? 75 wood? That's pretty nice for Tit. It'll help his transition bank come in a lot faster. Or perhaps he'll do a market upgrade. Let's look at text completed. Yeah, okay, so he did get hunting dogs at 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's well, that's not the fastest hunt dogs you can get. 2 minutes for both players, but it's still here, and it's well, it's better than not, I guess.
Yeah,
Um,
and when you start with the market, I think trying to get that hunting dogs in is a smart decision.
well, I guess for Titi, for Faye, sorry, I mean, it was not that easy to get these hunt dogs just because of the TP he took. And for Titi, maybe not. It's just hunt dogs because it's Dutch. But well, when you have an extra 100 wood starts and you're Dutch, I think it's actually pretty easy to get your hunt dogs directly, right?
Yeah,
Just yeah, you got
yeah.
too much wood anyway, and you got coin just because you're Dutch. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, well, Sebas aging, Dutch aging significantly faster than Brits there.
Yeah, Bert had to idle a villager, like you said, because he did go for that hunting dogs as well as the TP and that manor. So he's going to be aging up a bill late, but I think that's okay because what has just come in is Virginia Company for him. So I don't think he's going to look to put on any sort of early aggression. I think he's just going to sort of max manners and try to out eco Dutch, which I think is a very real possibility. So
Yeah,
we'll.
I think it's really fine. I mean, when you go for TP like this to go Virginia Company, it's you don't really expect him to be fast and pressuring. I think it's okay that he's aging a bit late. So yeah, I
Yeah.
agree there.
We'll see if Tit just sort of has a feeling that no aggression is going to be coming, or if he directly scouts BC. He's picking up a nice 80 wood treasure in the north of the map. I really like this sort of constant treasure gathering. There's another word I want to use for that, but I can't remember it. But both players hitting up to H2. Dutch with the 400 wood, politician, of course. And it looks like Brits are going to age with the 500 food. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, which is pretty classic with Virginia Company, I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, that you can get probably a longbow Pixemy and well, I guess it makes sense to edge up with more resources because 500 food is more resources than 200 coin, even if you don't have that tower. That on the other hand, you're able to chop more wood to make more manors because when you send Virginia Company, you want to make manors, right? So I
Right.
guess 500 food is smart there. But well, I think Teed scouted that there's no front base, or then it would be a side base maybe. But he scouted a lot in the media with his envoy and saw that there was no front base coming. Now we're gonna scout under the TC and see 700 wood, which is actually not very interesting because it's Brit. But well, at least he did. He saw that it's not like a 5 fill first calf start or something. But
Right.
not much information. But I think he's gonna try to see that first military building.
Yeah, and still no military building coming down for either player. Actually, I wonder. So both players, it looks like you're sort of going maximum greed, right? Just putting all their resources into economy. Do you think it's worth it for one of the players to have dropped a stable and to get some sort of pressure onto the other player, or do you think it's okay to just sort of max greed?
Oh wow. Well, I am not quite sure. Depends, to be honest, on the quality of the herding. I think right now 5 hertz would actually be pretty good because boss players didn't herd so well under the TC. You see,
Yeah, yeah, I do see that.
and I guess Hurst would do a lot of damage. But I guess if you have optimal herding under your TC, Hurst would maybe not do that much. I'm not quite sure. Maybe for Dutch would be fine just to burn that TP down, like try to harass the wheels, and then if it doesn't work, you can get the TP down. So maybe it would be okay. Um,
This is
but yeah, sorry.
absolutely ridiculous greed from Faye. With the max
Yeah.
manners and the two docks. Normally, you don't see Brits really go for water boom because it's just more efficient to invest the wood into manners, but he's done both. And so far, the docks have not been scouted by the Dutch player. And he's actually, yeah, he popped villagers into the TC to kill that envoy because they really think he wants this to remain unscouted.
Yeah, I really like that. That he's really taking care that his strat doesn't get scouted. He's gonna age up soon, probably. Just chopping a bit of wood to keep some fishing boat production, I guess. Though I don't see any fishing boats right now. He didn't. make any fishing boats, and he doesn't have any fishing boats in view.
Always waiting for
Oh,
schooners.
oh, I don't like that. Schooners on EP is, I think it's worth it only if you go at least 3 or 4 dock boom on a map like Indonesia. But right now, I don't like it so much.
Yeah. Well, I'm okay. I'm gonna say I'm okay with it because situationally, there's not really another card that Fei could have sent. He's already sent the 700 wood and the villagers. He already had gathered enough coin to age up,
Well, he
and
could
he's
get
and he's
600 wood, in my opinion, and just
yeah.
then he would have aged faster because he wouldn't need to gather the wood for 2 docks. I mean, it's kind of awkward. He delayed his age up because he gathered 400 wood for 2 docks, and he didn't make any fishing boats because he was waiting for schooners. So what if he just didn't chop any wood, ship 600 wood instead, got 2 dock out of it, age up faster, and then gather some wood for more fishing boats? I would have liked that better. But yeah, it's not the biggest deal.
But yeah, you're right. He is going to be remarkably slow compared to the Dutch player. But I don't think Tit is going to be too aggressive about it. He only has the 1 military building. Nothing he has right now is knocking on Bert's door. And I think he's actually going to get away with this type of greed. And he has a shipment now ready for when he hits up, so he hasn't lost the shipment by any means.
And I want to check. Oh yeah, he is aging with Caravel and 400 wood, which is definitely the best age up resources wise you can get as Brits on the water map.
Yeah, for sure.
And that Caravel is it's only 1 Caravel, but it's enough to just set it down there and make sure that Dutch doesn't build any kind of dock. I really like it. But we do have actually 9 Reuters first. I was expecting Tit to just go for 1k wood. And in fact, he went for unit shipment and he's gonna apply some pressure.
Yeah, maybe he sort of recognized that he needs a window to be aggressive. The age up with Fei does not mean he's going to get his 6 longbows when he hits up, which actually might have been pretty crucial to hold this a little better. I mean, there are no military units, just 5 longbows, but they're caught out of position.
Yeah, they're just popping on the wrong side, walking away really slowly and bugging or something, and they just died and didn't get even 1 volley out. And he also popped some hussars, but they're not gonna do much. He might be fine soon if he can just pop 5 more longbows and ship 10 and call Minutemen. But he did waste 5 longbows. Yeah, so that's not the greatest starts right now for. I mean,
No.
it's not the start, but the early H3 was not that great right now for Fei. We will see what he does to fix that.
Yeah, a little bit of a Reuter raid coming in, and the docks are definitely scouted now. But the Reuters are out of position.
Oh yeah, it's gonna.
Oh, and 10 longbows. Fei can just take this though, if you want. Oh, but I don't think he needs to. I mean, he's in the economic lead by about 15 villagers.
And also his longbows are not upgraded yet, and there's 5 more hulls coming from Tits. That's what I don't like about this double stable thing, is that if he had double barracks, he would have been able to upgrade his longbows at the same time, and now he got H2 longbows, which is kind of awkward.
Yeah, I definitely think he needed a second barracks a long time ago. But I think he has to call Minutemen and take this fight. And yep, there come the Minutemen. The Manor is providing him great defense, and he's going to push back Tit for the time being.
Yeah, the problem is that soon he's going to have to go more out of his base. Not necessarily for food, because he does have a safe hunt here, and he is also on water. But for coin, well, his gold mines are not that close. There's this one here, but this can get pushed from the left side with some Reuters and hussars. So you see Tit is starting to run around the base to try to find some villagers on wood and this kind of stuff. And there's a lot of fears right there.
There are, and a late reaction coming in from Fei. But they're being pulled back now. And 2 Falconets coming from Tit. And the Caravel. So actually, this could be great positioning for him.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a good buff or something, like just 10 goons to be safe against hussars.
Yeah, oh, no.
That's... No.
Oh, no.
He didn't even get 1 volley against infantry, I think.
No. 1 cannon shot to cavalry, and that's all. But there are a lot of hussars still alive, and the Reuters are dying fast. And the Brits player Hussars are veteran, and the Dutch players are not. But still, Tit is going back. And I feel like these trades, even though he just lost 2 Falconets, I feel like it's still beneficial for Fei because he's still, I mean, his economic lead is still growing, and he's forcing all of these military shipments from the Dutch player, like 4 Hussar, which is not necessarily ideal.
Yeah, he's fine right now, but well, he's really far behind
He
in
needs to
the.
spend his resources. He has 1,200 wood. I mean,
Yeah, he could just drop. Oh, he does have 2 barracks now. My bad.
okay.
Okay, that's fine. But well, he needs to spend them. Yeah, he should get like 10 goons ready to be safe. I mean, look, Tit's got right now only 6 hussars. But what if he decides to go double stable or even just to upgrade his hussars and cheat 4 or something? You need some anti-cav. I think he should just make 10 goons. A national going up for Fei here. Looks like Titi is gonna age up, by the way.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's definitely macroing for that. Meanwhile, an Arsenal coming down for the British player, which I'm a fan of. I think Arsenals are seeing a lot more play in this sort of, I'd call it more eco-heavy base meta that the EP has given us. Oh, those villagers are going to get cut out of position. Maybe.
Yeah, but Titi is pushing while aging, and there's a lot of houses now. I'm not sure. Well, Titi is smartly pulling his skirmishers back, so he's actually gonna be okay, I guess. Just because he can hit and run. Would have been tough maybe for Titi if he actually kept his skirmishers next to that tower and he would get caught by this mass of hussars. But well, I guess now it was fine. He killed a few villagers and just got away like that. So good trade for Tit.
Yeah. Excuse me. What do you think of his decision to go to H4? Do you think it's gonna work out for him? Think it's gonna pay off?
I feel like he could have maybe abused a bit more when Fei had Reno and lost his fags and this kind of stuff. I feel like Tit could have done some damage, especially after shipping so many unit shipments like this. You kind of need to fight, you know. Although Fei also did ship a lot of unit shipments, but he has a trading post and more eco, so it's not so much of a problem for him. So I guess one way was to punish this greedy play, but the other way might be to just go H4 and get heavy cannons. I guess he got them in deck. Yeah, he got 2 heavy cannons, so he can just go skirm, reader heavy cannons, and probably win the fights.
Yeah, there is a lot of cav on the field though for Fei, and if a card like Cav Combat comes in, it could potentially catch the heavy cannon and the more skirmisher-based army for surprise. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
Well, we would have a very nice timing Fate right in now with this Cav Combat coming in and the Tit just aging.
I think so
But
too.
he's not gonna go. I guess he doesn't really need to go.
I think he's just going to age up himself.
Oh wow, yeah.
He has such an economy, actually. This is insane.
Risky.
Yeah, he might suffer from this too heavy cannon timing that Tit has. Just his economy is just crazy.
The church upgrade, the church card, I mean, or Tit, so he might just get from that 1k con age up the red coats and the Stradiots. So he deleted his market actually.
Oh no.
He could have deleted the wall, I think, would have been better. But yeah, okay, so it looks like he's gonna push now. If he deleted this, it means like that his red coats are probably gonna pop right now and go through there.
That's hilarious, yeah. I haven't heard of that one, but yeah, I think you're right. And meanwhile, Fei is about a quarter of the way aged up. Yeah, well, thank goodness we got that market out of the way. They're just marching freely here. And this is going to be, yeah, it's 112 military pop to 87, and the heavy cannons haven't even come yet.
And the skirms upgraded are actually a very big deal. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, Fei got some arsenal upgrades, but I don't think that can match the skirmisher.
No, and these redcoats is a huge addition to Tit's army composition because it just really sort of negates this growing cavalry mass, although the cavalry numbers are sort of dwindling. I don't know if these villagers are going to be able to get out in time. I think Fei should just sacrifice them, to be honest. I don't really think he should engage here at all.
He should probably pop them on this side to gain time.
Yeah.
Just run away and lose villagers, but that he has time to age up safely himself, get an upgrade in probably, or the 3
Yeah,
rockets.
but
Doesn't
oh,
have
3 culverins just popping out of nowhere.
Oh no, he should have cancelled them.
Oh no, that's huge. That's huge. I would have so smartly dealt with 2 heavy cannons.
But that's
Meanwhile,
a
he's
heavy.
taking a non-ideal fight here, and his army's gonna get trapped. There's nowhere for him to kite. 2 Falcons
Yeah.
coming in, but oh, they hardly did anything to those red codes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just gonna lose this fight.
This is a terrible fight for Fate there. I mean, he just aged. What is the point of going H4 if you just fight without any? I mean, he got 2 files out of it, but it was just not a good trade at all. Tit is going for a factory behind also, so he's not shipping the heavy cannons.
Yeah, I think that's smart though. And now I'd say he's probably got the economic lead. Although he does manage to save the 2 culverins, but yeah, the heavy cannons are not on their way, so those are going to be pretty useless for a while.
Exactly, yeah.
Another factory coming out for Fei.
Oh, yeah, that's not the right time to ship factory.
He doesn't have any other choice though. His only other H4 card is 2 monitors.
Yeah, I feel like he could have a deck for this. I mean, if he wants to go really greedy, he could probably have a deck with a much card in
Yeah.
H4, like maybe 20 longbows. It's just such a good card. 20
I mean,
2K resources, you know.
yeah, if like 10 Hussars pop here, I mean, I feel like that'd save them. I don't know if they are though.
There's still a few red codes in the H4, and the scums themselves are H4.
Yeah, true.
I'm not sure the Hussars would win the fight there. There's also, I know, actually, there's nothing else on the way. Oh, there's a couple of raiders there just. But what is going on there? The cows are dead.
Yeah. So sad. Looks like this factory is going to go down too. And yeah, things looking very in favor of Tit now.
Well, yeah, he's 100 score ahead. Factory being shipped, but where?
Yeah, to the outpost right here.
Oh wow, okay.
Just a mid-map factory.
Yeah, just taking some map control with your factory.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty dim for Fei here.
He's making falconets also. I would like better half artillery. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything without some units to cover them.
He shipped. Oh yeah, they aren't in his deck. You know, that was yeah, it just came down to the crucial point of deciding to age, and then well, I think even deciding to age was okay. He just engaged up here when he maybe shouldn't have.
Yeah, he should have sit back like next to the shore where he can have some warships maybe, or just behind his city at least, and take the time to upgrade, for example, his hussars or his dragoons, or I don't know, like just something, and get, I don't know, get something more from your H4, not just fight just when you're H4 and get nothing out of it. Then it's a pure waste of resources to go H4. He might as well then just not age and make more units if he wanted to do that.
Yeah, I think you're right. And maybe just going 200 pop would have been better, but because I mean he could remass so well with his economy, but I'm not sure. I really liked his build order though. I thought it was pretty greedy, but he got away with it. And a lot of times that's what this game comes down to, is knowing how much greed you can get away with.
Yeah, I just dislike the schooners, but everything else was fine in my opinion. It's just that he got 21 fishing boats out, and schooners is like 400 wood, and 20 wood per fishing boat on 20 fishing boats is 400 wood. So he basically shipped 400 wood when he could have shipped 600. So
yeah, I think you're right. He didn't really make that many boats.
but yeah, was a good try. I feel like these 2 games have been lost by Fei, but he had the right ideas. You know, he could do something out of it, but he just did 2 big mistakes. One in each of these games. The first game was to pop these scums on the wrong side, and the second game was to take the wrong fight. And that basically cost him the 2 games, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's so close, but a great performance from him so far yet. Regardless, being such the underdog that he is. And it looks like map 3 is Alaska. Oh, I'm gonna need a refresher what that looks like.
And that's very tough for Fate that he needs now to pick first, and he's down 2-0. That's the match point, and he needs to pick first. So it's not over. I mean, we have seen some players 0 even had to pick first, but it's not looking very good for him. I also wonder what he's gonna pick on. He might dodge himself. I think it's a decent pick on Alaska or Aztecs maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Alaska is a non-TP map for those unaware. It does have the 2 native trade posts in the middle and sort of a crescent moon-shaped water with fish and 5 whales, it looks like. So yeah, any one of those non-TP civs is good. And he chooses India. Do civs reset right now?
No, next
No,
game
next
there
game.
isn't.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah, India, okay. Well, why not? I guess that's fine. He might go water.
Yeah,
The
that'd be
dog card
interesting.
is this equivalent of the European schooners card for the Asian ships. Gives you a dock and 20 wood discount on EP. And when you ship schooners, it also gives you 20 wood discount, but no dock. And instead, you got 20% faster training time for fishing boats, which, in my opinion, is not as good as a dock, especially not if you don't go very heavy water. So, well, I guess you can go for this dock card now. Just one dock in the back of your base and boom a bit on Alaska.
Yeah. So okay, say you're India. When do you ship that card then? In your opinion?
I'm not much of an in-depth player, so I can't really say if it's better to ship the card or not. But
Hmm.
it's an option. Is it going for hero? Uh,
Interesting. We haven't
that's
seen a lot of that this tournament, and I think Eero kind of prefers trading post maps, but
yeah, definitely, yeah.
an interesting
Um,
pick. I suppose we'll just see a sort of age 2 brawl.
to be fair, India kind of likes the TP as well. We have seen more TP starts with India, so I don't know. Well, I would still like, yeah, a TP as hero, of course, but we will see. Maybe there's some kind of idea. Let's not forget that hero can also turn now. Before, it was awkward to go for 100 wood fishing boats, but now that there's a discount, you can still drop a dog and make some fishing boats. So we will see. Maybe Tit has a special plan on this map.
Yeah, we will see. This is can his Travois transform into a dock? It's probably dumb to do that anyways.
The, can it make a dog to travel?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You are sure about that?
No, I was more like asking a question. Well, it was like the genesis of a very bad strategy session, so just ignore it. In the top right of the map, we do have Fei and the color blue plain India, and in the lower left is Tit, red plain Iroquois.
Yeah, I think the hunts are rather fair, so that's good.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, they basically have 2 or 3 hunts each, and the gold mines are fine as well. So yeah, let's go. Yeah, so on this map, you don't have TP, you have some water on the left side. Um, yeah, the Nutcas. In my opinion, it's a bit similar map to Cascade Range, where you have not so much food. You have some berries across the map a bit everywhere. And the only thing is that you have actually some big treasures on this map, unlike Cascade Range, and there is more water.
yeah, you're right. It does sort of bear resemblance.
Yeah,
Both
just a
players,
Nutka. So, yeah,
yeah. Oh, does Cascade Range have Nukas too? Is that the same native?
yeah. There's 2 Nutkas
Uh,
also,
yeah, that is interesting.
and
Um,
you actually see a lot of players going for Nutkas. Maybe not this tournament, but previous tournament had like 2 or 3 guys going Nutkas and Cascade Range. So it's also something that could happen on this map. This tourney we actually had Gungun going for Nutkas. So yeah.
yeah, and they aren't a bad unit either. They're 85 food and 15 wood. And food is just so cheap, you know. Those are pretty cheap units with high siege.
200 HP, like
Yeah.
they just tank a ton in cover mode. But yeah, so Fei got right now 80 wood. Sorry. He also got a Cherokee. I like that guy. He's very strong. So much HP.
Yeah, definitely. Very nice. Could help him deny potential forward base from the Iroquois player. Meanwhile, Tits Explorer sitting on this 80 wood treasure. Looks like he's going to convert both of these grizzly bears, and the one is being totally caught out of position, although it does trigger the treasure with that area attack, so that's kind of unfortunate.
He lost a lot of HP there.
Yeah, that was actually insane. Those Coopers, wow, fast rate of fire.
Yeah, India can't really afford to lose HP because their elephants are boss. They both have no HP. Like 250 just goes down so fast, especially against Iroquois that can get these pets to help him fight these elephants. So he's picking that 60 wood himself now.
Definitely.
That's actually a lot of wood treasures there.
Yeah, it's nice for the Iroquois player. And like you said, so the Doc Rickshaw card coming in, which will give him a dock and also the wood discount on fishing ships. So interesting.
Yeah. Well, the thing with this map is that you can have a rather safe dock because it's in the back of your base. It's not like you would have to go for a dock here, for example, or like even in Florida where it's so far from the town center. It's still pretty safe. I'm not sure if you can actually place a dock on the cliffs there, or if it needs to be on the beach. Maybe it needs to be on the beach, which is why he would place it there. But yeah, okay, so we will have a rather greedy play from India, also going for Agra Fort. It's actually not very greedy, but it's, let's say, a bit safer than the Carney.
Yeah, especially with that Doc first card shipment, and Faye was definitely looking for this forward for Vaugh, and he's got his Explorer and Native Scout in position to help deny it. We're going to have a bit of a sort of Age 1 army brawl, and the War Hut will be placed quite aggressively. So,
The crack. Wow. Sorry, but like the thing is that the elephant was just next to the wire, and the problem is that there's an area damage on this crack shot, and you never want to keep your Explorer next. One elephant like has very low HP now, so he was not able to deny the war hut. But yeah, you wanted to say something? Sorry.
I don't know, I lost my train of thought. It was probably just general commentary. I like the thing you said about the area of effect and having the Explorer next to the Cherokee Rifleman. That's really interesting and something that I wasn't quite aware of, or probably wouldn't have been aware of if I was playing the game. So that's a nice little tip.
Yeah. It's like you can't crack shot the Explorers, so of course it's very nice for hero if you can get some damage on your elephant just by using the area damage. So yeah, this is something you need to take a bit care of. It can actually work for villagers as well.
Yeah.
But maybe there's a multiplayer, I'm not sure.
So that is a fast 4 Kanye's, right? Coming into the base before 5 minutes, just as the India player aged up. And yeah, this is sort of the classic Iroquois rush. I'm surprised we haven't seen the big button yet. I expect it to come soon.
Wow, yeah.
Meanwhile, it's doing a lot of damage. I mean, oh, does he see the villagers in the back of the base? Yes.
Yeah, but he's popped his Pike Minutemen on the wrong side.
Yeah, those are getting cleaned up. And a military shipment has to be on the way for Faye. Perhaps, maybe 4 Soyar? Perhaps 5 Sepoy? I don't know, that pushed it a lot of damage. If we look at units lost, 3 villagers in the course of 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, 3 villagers, 2 sepoys, and he wasted a batch of Minutemen, so all this for 1 Kanya, basically, and some HP on his units.
Yeah, and a lot of villager idle time. Only 3 fishing boats from the dock, so it really has yet to pay off. And 6 tomahawks coming in for the Iroquois player, so this is a lot to hold with a pretty greedy opening from the Indian player.
Yeah, Consulate going up now for India.
That might just be denied.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It takes so long to go up this Consulate always.
There is still the 1 batch of minutes. but I just it's just not going to be enough.
Yeah.
2 more villagers are going to be dropping, along with 1 building the consulate.
Yes, that's just a very sloppy defense there from Fei, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah,
he also probably didn't make so many villagers because he's idle and he made fishing boats. So it's not so easy to sustain the villager production, I guess. He has only 17 villagers now, and he's actually behind in economy compared to Heroes. His attempt to waterboom completely failed. At this point, it would have been better for him to just make no dock, no fishing boats, and defend. I mean, of course, he
right.
couldn't guess what's going on, but in a hindsight, you can see that this waterboom didn't work at all because he doesn't have more eco.
Yeah, and as India making these boats, he felt kind of forced to send the 600 wood first in H2, and that's just I don't know. You just really can't hold this rush if you with 600 wood. I don't feel, but
Yeah,
and oh my gosh, the consulate's gonna be scouted still.
I don't know why he's trying so hard to get the consulate up. He could actually escape villagers in a fishing boat right now. He's actually gonna do it. Yeah, that's very nice. I think he's gonna lose no villagers there, or maybe one. Depends how fast he garrisoned them. Oh no!
Oh, he's gonna lose them
This
both.
was a good try, but didn't really work out.
Yeah. And now he's just, I mean, he has so much idle time. He's popped. Really needs to get a house down. So the saving grace is a 300 export, so he'll be able to get out a batch of redcoats, but it's just, don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
and
still a stream of units coming in from the Iroquois player.
if he can ship 5 sepoys as well, maybe okay. But there's also a stable going up for hero in base.
Right.
And he, with this 600 wood he shipped, he can actually make a few canyas as well because they cost 75 wood each, I think. So yeah, he's gonna make some cav, which I think is a good decision because, well, he will probably need to beat those Gorkas. But for Sowas coming, I'm not sure I like that. There's a lot of tomahawks.
There's a lot of tomahawks. And I don't know. I don't think there's any way for him to really kill the military mass that's on the field. But I have 3 husks coming in, and there is a 1 batch of minutes, so
Yeah, but it's not gonna be enough. I mean,
no.
he's going so heavy on cav, and Tit is going pretty heavy on tomahawks. I mean, he got twice the amount of tomahawks than Aina's, So I'm not sure about this. Like, it could have been 5 sepoys and 6 red coats, and I think it would be better. But well, we will see. Is it 150 export for your Minutemen? As
Hmm.
India? I think it is.
You're asking the wrong guy. I've played like 2 games as India like ever, so
No,
yeah.
because if it is indeed 150 export, it means he would have been able to commit like right now. So maybe that's why he wanted to go so heavy on Cav. He was ready for Tit to overcome it to 2 batches of Minutemen and this Cav, and he would have probably actually been able to clean up, which was smart. Unfortunately for him, Tit decided to go back, and will probably come back with some Kanyas. And then it will be harder for Fate to do a Minuteman trap just because having Cav, able to block the stuff is really nice for you when you want to escape from a Minuteman trap.
For
Oh, and
sure.
this.
Oh, they're gonna get caught out of position.
Hmm.
So okay, so losing a little bit of free HP there. So I have a question that's been bothering me for a bit. What is he dancing on the fire pit with 2 villagers here for? That's
I would say XP.
I don't know what the little icon is next to his name means. It looks like I don't know. Is he trying to dance back his explorer slowly? Yeah, oh he is. That's what he's doing. Okay.
How do you know his? Oh yeah, it's on the top right. You're right.
Yeah, and his explorer's getting hit points pretty fast.
That's a pretty big investment right there. Just dropping a fire pit and dancing with eagles. I hope you got a plan after it. I guess you can still dance for the war dance, and it's good for you when you fight. It's a good timing. I hope so. Because if it's just for the explorer, I think it's not really worth it. You might as well just go in and revive it with your units.
Yeah,
Um,
and he certainly could. I mean, he's got the military advantage right now.
yeah, but
His
I guess
map,
if you dance for war dance, then it's fine later.
yeah. And now, I mean, in hindsight, looking at the Doc Rickshaw card from the Indian player, he only got 5 canoes out of it. The Doc is dead, and he sustained a lot of damage. So perhaps maybe not the best choice on this map against Iroquois, with their um, very potential early aggression.
Yeah, or maybe it would have been fine if he didn't go so greedy after with his wood. He could have maybe made walls also. To be fair, you can
Hmm,
probably wall up a
true.
little bit. I don't know. There was some other ways to do this build order without. I mean, changing a little bit the build order to just be less greedy and maybe hold the rush. Because in my opinion, Iroquois all-in rush like this with just unit shipments on a no TP map is not very good on EP. So I think there was a way for India to win it. But yeah, he definitely was too greedy there. And it didn't pay off at all. He's 9 villagers behind.
Yeah, and Ted is aging up with the military economy or with the military advantage as well. So things looking
Yeah.
Faye is in dire straits. Meanwhile, Ted's just playing this very safe. We saw him pick off the one villager, and he got out, before Faye's cavalry could snare him. He's
Yeah.
thrown up some walls here in the southeast of the map. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
I see. Yeah, okay. That's an interesting wall. I guess it's just an anti-raid wall.
yeah, I suppose so. And it does a nice job at that. There was a hunt and a mine down here, a
Yeah.
longhouse going down.
But to be perfectly honest, if you really want to wall like this, I would wall aggressively like here or something, maybe
Yeah,
here in there, or somewhere like that. Because anyway, and the wood for the wall, and you might as well go aggressive. India is just staying in base always, so just get more line of sight, more map control. To be honest, I don't think India is even gonna go right down there at any time. So
no.
I might be wrong, but I would have liked that wall better. Uh, a few Kenyans going to raid there, not finding anything. I wanted to say that Tid actually had to age up slowly because he already used his fast age up for H2, which might hurt him a little bit, but at the same time, he would anyway have no shipment if he aged up fast. Even now, he is going to have a shipment soon, but he doesn't have quite a shipment right now. So I guess it's okay to age up slow.
Yeah, I
Um,
think it was smart. The only thing is now 10 Tiger Claws have come in for Faye. So this is it's go time for him. If
Minutemen
he,
as well.
oh yeah. So I think he knows that he has to make something happen. Another war hut will have to be dropped. It's going down right now at the triple I got from aging up. Yeah, we'll see if Faye can do enough damage here. It's not looking likely, but killing that war hut is certainly going to buy him some time before those veteran C upgrades can come in.
Yeah, I think he tried to be too hard. Like the Minutemen, he's by the way forgetting about them. But the Minutemen don't add so much when they're gonna be 1 HP. I think he should keep them. Also, the Tiger Claws maybe are not the greatest choice at this point. He could have tried to age up himself. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I feel like he's anyway gonna be able to push in this now. We have a
Uh,
fight now. 8 scums popping at the very
yeah,
good time to get it. Tomahawks getting upgraded. Ainas aren't really upgraded actually, but well, he still has H3 Tomahawks, H3 Skirms, H3 Goons, more eco. Yeah, they're
yeah,
all.
and he's taking this game. So that was this is a 3-0 sweep from Tit to Faye, but don't let the score mislead you. I thought especially games 1 and 2 were very close and could have gone in either direction with a little with some different tactical decisions. Very entertaining series.
Yeah, I think the story of this series was just. I mean, the two first games at least was just that the positioning of Faye, where he had his units uh, was not right. He just lost the two first games because he had his units in the wrong positioning. The third game was just the wrong build order, I guess. Was too greedy. That's all. When you see a fast age up from hero, you might want to change your plans into something a bit less greedy. Like, I don't know, just you see hero is aging up so fast, just drop some more villagers on the aggro fort to age up faster yourself. Make a few walls, ship units first, something like that, and not just go for your build order. Even if it's what you want to do, it's not anymore viable. So, but yeah, it was interesting series for sure. The first two games were pretty close. The last game was not very close.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, thanks to both the players playing. Thank you, Kaiser, for casting with me. I believe next series is, oh gosh, I don't even know off the top